Hey guys, welcome to my conversation with your Alabama 7A 144-pound state champion from Spain Park, Bradley Williams. Bradley, how does that sound when I say those words?
I mean, it sounds good. It's just what I've been working on the past like 4 years. Being on team since the seventh grader. I finally got the year, I guess.
Yeah, no, and and I don't know if people know the story, but you've been super close for
Mhm.
many years. And this was a year that you kind of overcame that hump and won the title. We're gonna get to that, and I want to talk about kind of that process. But before we do, let's go off the mat and just talk in general. Is that cool?
Sure.
All right, awesome. So let's start. Let's just start with some yes or no questions. All right, some this or that question. So sushi, yes, no,
Yes.
yeah, any kind of sushi.
I mean, really just any kind. I don't really have a preference. I just like it all. That's it.
Okay, all right. Pineapple on pizza.
Uh, I'd say not really. It's okay, but just not my kind of thing.
Not your thing. So if we're ordering a pizza, what do you get?
Probably just cheese or something.
Just
Maybe
cheese.
pepperoni.
You just cheese and pepperoni, just basic.
Yeah.
I got you. All right. So are you a sand or a snow kind of person? Beach or like mountains?
I'd say probably sand.
Okay.
I like the mountains and stuff, but just sand's like I like the warmth and stuff better.
Yeah. So if you could go and visit anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I'll probably visit somewhere in Europe, maybe.
Okay. Have you ever been to Europe?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Why Europe?
Just it's just out of the country. Seems like kind of historical kind of place. Seems cool.
Yeah, I got you. All right. So let's go to your favorite subject in school.
I'd say it's probably math, maybe history.
Math, maybe history. Well, I mean, history would work with what you're talking about with Europe, right? What is it about math that you like?
It just really comes easy to me and stuff. So
Okay.
I've always I've always like doing stuff like coding or math and stuff. So it just seems almost like fun to me sometimes.
Hang on. You can code?
Yes, sir. I every now and then I'll try to code some stuff. That's cool.
Like I mean, like an app? Like what I don't even I'm not sure I even know. Like help me.
Um, I last summer I did like a bit of this hardware thing with coding called like Arduino. It's just like basic code and stuff, but like it's always fun like working on different little problems I can like solve on myself. And it's really just like slowly building up, solve those problems.
Okay. All right. What's what's a subject that yeah, you don't really care for?
I'd say maybe science.
Science?
Mm.
Okay. All right. What are you taking right now in science? Is it like chemistry year or is it biology year? What year is it?
I think I know it's chemistry. It might be advanced chemistry right now. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's go back to the food before we move on. What flavor of ice cream we eat?
Napoleon ice cream. I really like that.
Okay. All
Moment.
right. All right. Roller coasters, yes or no?
I don't think I've ever really been on a roller coaster before.
You've never been on a roller coaster before?
I might have been when I was a kid. I just know I used to be when I was a kid. I was really scared of them, so I never really went on any.
Okay.
I think now I'd be fine. I think it'd be cool, but I just never have really gone on one.
Have you ever been on one of those things at the beach where it like sits you back and then shoot you or like up or whatever?
I see those on TikTok. And I could never do that. That's way too scary for me.
You know what? I'm right there with you. I could never do that either. That would scare me. Yeah, not my kind of thing. Um, all right, so let's jump on the mat and and you mentioned seventh grade earlier, but when did you actually start wrestling and how'd you get into wrestling?
Well, I started wrestling probably when I was in kindergarten, maybe. I was 4 years old. I think it was a month after I turned 4. And my dad and his side of the family has always been big on wrestling and stuff, so he tried to get me in as soon as I really could, like as soon as I had like the want to wrestle or to do a sport.
And do you remember any of the practices from when you were that little?
I remember crying a lot when I was a little kid.
Why? Why?
Well, I didn't really like the practices when I was a kid because they just seemed, I mean, I was doing like all like the older kid practices but I was like 4 years old, so I was like, it was didn't wasn't that fun for me.
So when did it become fun?
I'd say it slowly turned like more and more fun when I started to win stuff. And I think I really, maybe like sixth or seventh grade, probably sixth grade, I really started like win more than I lost. And I felt like that really pushed me to be like to wrestle more and practice more. So
Did you like, I mean, I guess the question is, was it the losing that like made you upset, or did you not like the practice itself? Like,
I'd say it was more the losing because like the sport was fun, like just wrestling in general, but like it's really only like you can really only like bask in that when you're winning, you know.
yeah, yeah. Well, and for those people that don't know, you've done a lot of winning since you were in sixth grade.
Yes, sir.
You've gotten to be quite good. You're still only what? This was your
Sophomore.
sophomore year. I just remember writing about you like since you were in seventh grade. So, it's hard to remember. You made the state finals as a seventh grader.
Yes, sir.
What was that like?
I mean, I never really like even heard of like high school wrestling. Like I wasn't really like too in touch with it. Like my just like my sixth grade year. So really, I was thrown straight into the seventh grade, and I didn't see it as anything big, like winning too much. Like I just saw it as like, oh, I'm just winning a tournament. I didn't really see it as like high school state. So
Yeah. So
I didn't
no
really feel
big
too
deal.
invested. Yeah.
I got you. Okay. So you go out in seventh grade and you take second. Okay. You come back in eighth grade and you take second.
Yeah.
And what are you thinking after you take second twice?
Well, the first year I took second, I was ranked first to a kid. I'd already pinned the kid once, but it was like a really close match. I think I might have even been losing it. So I knew it'd be tough. And it was really just like I only lost by like, I think 5-7 that year. So it wasn't, I mean, I was sad I had lost, but I knew it was like, there was a possibility of like losing from the beginning. So, but my eighth grade year, I had Yanni Vines in the finals. So the entire time I was really prepared to lose anyway. I was just happy I'd gotten second and stuff. So
Got
it
it.
was really my third year that last year when I was a freshman, I lost in the finals that I really got most upset because I was like, since seventh grade, I like wanted to be like a six timer. In eighth grade, I was like, maybe I could be a five timer, but like I really wanted to win at least be a four timer. But so freshman like year really like hurt the most, I'd say.
Yeah. So, I mean, was there, I mean, look, let's be honest. Even when you were taking second, I mean, I watched you continue to get better and better and better, and you were a better wrestler. You just were taking second again.
Mhm.
Um, what was that like? Yeah, after your freshman year of, was there any thought in your head like, man, am I ever gonna win? What's up with that?
Yeah, my dad always joked to me that I'd be a six-time finalist, and so, and
Ooh,
I and I would joke to my friends that being a six-time finalist might be better than being a one-time state champ. So, yeah. So
yeah. Go
I
ahead.
was a possibility, but I just think if I like try my hardest, like if it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, then I just keep trying.
So yeah, what advice now that you've won, and we're gonna get to this year and all that, but now that you've won, what advice would you kind of give yourself back, a couple years ago when you were taking second? What what would you say to yourself?
I would say a big thing, like, especially when I was in like 7th and 8th grade, I really focused on like more of like speed, I guess, in my matches. I didn't like work out too much. So like all of it was just me being faster than the other kids. So as soon as I saw any kid that was like bigger or stronger than me, it instantly was like the challenge. And I think my 7th grade year, the kid I had lost in the finals, he had cut down, I think, one, maybe two weight classes. So he was like already like bigger than a lot of kids at 106. So it felt like it was probably really tough wrestling anybody bigger than me. So I wish I could have like maybe at least built some muscle and then cut down to 106, but something like that.
So that would be your advice to yourself, would be to maybe don't rely on your speed as much, you know,
Yeah.
start adding some strength and that sort of thing.
Mm.
I got you. Okay. So so after you won this year, what was the feeling like?
I mean, I was happy all year. Like it had been like every year, like I knew there was like a chance I could lose. There was a chance, maybe like 8th grade year, freshman year, like I'd already lost once that year, but this year like I've been undefeated all year, so I knew like it was just like it felt a lot freer to me than the other years previously, because like two of the past 2 years that I had lost, I was first seed, but this year I was like I was first seed, and like and I had some like power behind it too. So
Yeah, yeah. Did that come with any pressure? I mean,
it honestly it like kind of alleviated the pressure.
it
Being
alleviated the pressure because you just felt ready.
Yeah, I felt like maybe like these other kids like they didn't have an undefeated record or like so many wins against like good guys. I feel like maybe that hopefully it would like scare the other kids, making them wrestle bad against me.
All right. So Bradley, I've seen you I've seen you all over the place. You compete against some of the best kids around. I mean, you go out and you seek out that competition. What's next in store for you? Where am I going to see you on the mat next?
I think our next tournament should just be Virginia Beach. I'll try to All-American again, hopefully better than last year. So
Okay. Are you what weight are you going to go 44 or
41
40? Oh,
or 30.
is
It's
that what the
38.
weight is?
I think it's 138 plus three, I think.
Plus 3. Okay, cool. All right. So the last question I have for you is the same question I've asked every single person, and that is, why wrestle? What is it about special about wrestling to you?
Well, since I was a kid, like I've already always done like a multitude of different sports. Like I've probably done like every sport you can name of, because I just always wanted to try something, see like what I was good at. But all the time when I was a kid, my dad would say, "You can do these other sports, but you have to stick with wrestling." Like I could do soccer, but and like if I want to quit, I can quit, but if I want to quit wrestling, I can't. So it was more of all the other sports. Like I'd realize, oh, I don't really like a sport. I'm not that good at it. And wrestling, I just got better and better, and then now I like it. Now it's like the sport I'm actually good at. So it really, that's the reason I really stayed, probably because my dad. It's
Well,
like,
and I'll tell you, it's just not that you're really good at it now. You've been really good at it for a long time.
yeah,
You
since
you
like,
really you really have. You're at a particular level. What I want to ask you one follow-up question, and that is, um where, like, how do you seek out to keep like at that level? How do you try to maintain that, you know, and get better and better?
well, I just try to go to as many practices as I can. I try to work out as much as I can, and like always go to like good tournaments whenever I can, if I'm able to, and stuff. So
Well, I want to say congratulations on winning a state title. I know that, you know, after coming up short for a few times in a row, it had to be nice to get that. You now are on the path to win a couple more in the future. I want to wish you the best of luck in doing that, and wish you the best of luck at NHSCA's and everything else. And I'll see you on the mat soon.
hey,
All right, man.